Sing it.
Okay, we actually like 3 golfers.
Sing it. The only thing that is sing it is your gigi.
Hey, see, Gigi is very straight and white.
Why?
Hey, okay, faster.
Okay. Don't waste time. Do a quick
Wait,
one
I
this
got a
week.
question. I got a quick question. My 10-year-old asked me this. What is something that you have, but when you have it, you want to share it, but when you share it, you can't keep it?
Secret.
What?
Secret.
Okay, the way you said it, I thought you said cigarette. Yes,
Yes.
correct. It's a
Got it.
secret. That's right. And this is where we love to give secrets away for today's episode. Double trouble. Right, not
Yeah.
FPL Goodfellas.
All right, and Pio's back this week. So that's where you get all your jokes. Welcome back, Pio.
Always.
I don't know where
Welcome
that came from, but okay.
Okay.
I don't know
Again,
that. I
looks
don't
like
know where this
Fonzie.
is going. Okay.
Fonzie has
Talking
not
about
changed at all.
talking
Nicely
about jokes,
striking.
jokes and surprises.
Wow. This is getting real, guys. It's getting real.
There is not even a new manager bounce. I thought Deserby, and I really rate him quite highly. I was wondering what he did by taking Tottenham Hotspurs on. Maybe he just wanted the challenge or what. But no new manager bounce. Sunderland. I'm so happy because I had Mukele in. He was one reason why I survived that last game week. So I'm not complaining.
But yeah, but I mean, guys. I mean, all jokes aside, it's getting real right now. I mean, the words like they are too big to go down is now. You know what I mean? They are in 16th, and this is their what third, fourth manager, and Dizabi has been given a 5-year contract. He had 2 weeks of like 10 days of training before the Sunderland game. Be it Sunderland is not an easy team, easy place to go to get any sort of victory, and that VAR overturned their penalty decision, rightfully so. Um, but still, it's getting scary, right? And West Ham is playing well. Nottingham Forest are fighting. Doing well as well.
Mm-hmm.
So and the game against Sunderland, they really didn't show anything that will convince me that they are staying up.
Well,
It's
again,
it's a
I just want to point out it's not 16th place, but Spurs are in 18th place,
18th place actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
which
Also,
18,
means they're
right?
in an
yeah.
automatic relegation spot already.
So in other words,
Mm.
they are extending their run without a win to 14 matches. They are now 14 matches
Wow.
without a win.
Have they won in
And
2026?
have they
I
had
think
14 matches in 2026?
I know they definitely had 1 point in 2026, and that was against
Liverpool.
Yes, yes.
such a charitable organization.
Yeah. But it's scary,
Yeah.
lah, guys. It's scary. I mean, to all the Tottenham fans out there, we wish you the best. The three teams that is there: Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Tottenham. They are all three big, really big teams. So, but none bigger than Tottenham Hotspur.
And
Yeah.
you know what they say, right? About 3 game weeks ago or 4 game weeks ago, already people were starting to talk about the possible reality that can happen that Spurs are going to get relegated in the same season that Arsenal is going to win the Premier League.
This reminds me of 2 seasons or last 2 seasons where Liverpool was up there and Everton was in the relegation season,
Oh yeah,
relegation zone, and they were saying
yeah,
that Liverpool is going to win the league where Everton is going to get relegated.
yeah.
So okay, I don't want to be a Tottenham fan, but I know where you guys are, are feeling right at the moment. You know, I know the state that you guys are in, and I wish you the very best of luck. Hope you guys turn it around.
Yeah. On top of that, you have injuries and you have Romero, right? Was left the match injured from that, and then they are actually facing a very big drop in income if they actually want to go down. So
I think
it's gonna be a disaster.
the Premier League won't be the same without them inside. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't complain. I just want some players from Tottenham, not all.
This guy.
Mickey Van der Ven, that's one player I want in my team.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, moving on. Okay, the double game week 33. Okay, these are the games as we talked about. So, how that this actually influence our choices? Okay, we're gonna have some players from Man City, some players from Chelsea, and I think that will be the hottest matchups that I'm looking at.
Yeah, the big ones will be Man City and then Leeds. Surprisingly, Leeds is the next best option. So there have been analysis going on, but can you imagine Leeds beat Man United in the previous game? Okay, and yeah, and choices like Dalo, their goalkeeper like Dalo, their defender like Stroik, and even Calvert Lewin are now becoming huge choices for this double game week. Previously, the second best choice was in between Bournemouth and Brighton, but now Leeds is coming into the picture. Surprisingly, Chelsea not so much because of the games at hand, and of course, their form at the moment. And nobody is really going in for Burnley players unless you're really looking for some differential.
Hmm. Okay, these are the matchups.
Hmm. So
Hmm.
those of you who are looking far, again, 32 has already gone by, 33, 34. Don't forget the game week 34 that is going to be blank. So here where I think most of us will be using the free hit to make up for the team in 34. We will discuss this later on a little bit more. 35 and then 36 will be a small double game week. 37 maybe so, and then the final game in 38. So it's coming to the end of the season, guys.
Too fast, too furious.
Wow, this is another curveball. Any one of you guys have this? O'Reilly?
Of course, I always had him.
Wow,
Remember, I was the
wow. Yeah, I
first
think I think
one
Pio was
to
the
have
one of
him.
the first few, right?
Mm.
First
Yeah,
few
so
to
Yeah.
bring
I
in.
should have listened to you from the beginning. But then he limped off injured in the 66th minute, I think.
Mm.
Due
Yep.
some muscle injury. So I'm hoping for
Mm.
a positive fitness update from Pep. But usually he doesn't give much away during his press conference. So it's a double game week. Can you imagine? And this has happened to me before, where we sell off a player that I think the time it was Rice. I think I put him on a bench, and then suddenly he was fit and he played and he scored and he gave double points. So it's very scary to leave O'Reilly out double game week unless Pep comes out and confirms that he is definitely out for a couple of weeks. Because don't forget, after Arsenal, they got Burnley. So if you have him, I don't know. I will keep him until I know an update from Pep. And if Pep says he's out, then I will switch him to most likely Guehi. Otherwise, he remains in my team.
Okay.
Well, well. To be fair, he and Haaland are forming two staples of the Man City team that
Hmm.
many FPL players are bringing into their teams. Uh, I think if you have him, it's wise to just keep him. If you don't have him, it's wise to bring him into your team because just by the sheer numbers of it, I think he's one of the most transferred in players as well.
So together with Semenyo, like they actually have the trio
Yeah.
of Man
Yep.
City.
Hmm.
Yep. The trio of City players.
Yeah.
So speaking of
And
which, uh, as you can see, the
what
templated team here, you have the three that we just mentioned inside. No surprises to see Bruno inside. And Calvert Lewin after that performance as well. But the more questionable ones would be, I mean, of course, the idea is for the double game week, lah. But so the questionable ones would be whether or not Calvert Lewin will be a good stay on for this, as well as you have Bros also and Van Heck. It's specifically for this double game week, lah, right?
what I don't
Yeah.
understand is
Hmm.
Bruno is a single game week player
Yes.
But they don't
against Chelsea.
him.
So wow, and he's in the template team. So that is very strangely very similar to what I had. I had a team full of I'm on a free hit. I had a team full of 10 double gamers, but one Bruno.
Oh,
Just
you're
can't.
Yeah.
you're free hitting 33.
I'm free hitting 33 because I
Wow.
didn't have time to do my team for
Okay.
32. So I'm
Right,
free
right,
hitting
right.
33. Yeah.
How
So
about
Mm.
Have you clicked the chip yet?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course,
Okay, okay. No, because
of
I'm
course.
thinking that what you're gonna do at 34, or your team will revert
34,
back to
I
what
have
you had.
Wildcard.
yeah. I'll just use my transfers.
Right, right. Okay.
So I just need to fill 11 players or 11 playing players. But the,
Mm,
the one that I cannot understand is Palmer. I think
mm,
he's been absolutely rubbish. I mean,
understand.
he got DEFCON last week for for an attacking number 10. He had DEFCON. He had 4 points, and I think that was already a luxury from him. And people
Mm,
are still bringing him in. And he's in most template teams. I don't understand
yes,
why over João
yes.
Pedro.
I
Hmm.
think a lot of the pundits that I've seen, a lot of the podcasts that I've seen, a lot of them bring in Palmer because you are just afraid not to have him in. You know what I mean?
One more.
Because when it's more like Haaland. I think Palmer and Haaland are
Yeah.
practically in the same boat. You know what I mean? They are giving twos, ones and twos, and then you can't remember even when was the last goal or assist. But when they hit that, when they hit that spike, you know what I mean? You just want to have him in. Otherwise, you'll be one of those that didn't. You know what I mean? So it's a double edged thing, I guess.
My
Mm.
personal opinion, I feel Haaland is more explosive than Palmer. And
Mm,
Haaland can just turn up against Arsenal, as he loves turning up against Arsenal.
yeah, yeah,
The last time he scored against Arsenal was also in the same game, in the same matchup
right.
even as this.
Mm,
Because in the last
mm,
game week, the reverse fixture, City was playing Arsenal and United was
mm,
playing Chelsea.
mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm. And Welbeck also, because some will say that because of his age, right? Um, yeah, he will not play two games, like a weekend and midweek. But then again, that remains to be seen. So for those of you who are thinking about Welbeck, that's another consideration.
Mm.
I suppose this template really focuses on penalty takers lah.
Mm,
There are, as I see, I can count at least 6 or 7 penalty takers here in this team.
right. But
Mm.
Trevor shared his penalty with who's that guy?
Kupi Junior.
Yes, Creepy Junior. Because the last game, Creepy Junior took the penalty. So
Mm.
that's so some of them are not taking Trevor, taking Alex Scott, who scored in the previous game.
Gross and Welbeck can both take penalties, as we know. So,
Mm,
and of course, DCL, Bruno, Haaland, and Palmer.
yep, yep.
Yeah. What?
Interesting.
Moving along.
If you go on to the next one, so this is from another FPL, planfpl.com. So we like to thank them for sharing as well. It's in a fantasy scout, so you can see why I'm putting this in is because it's almost the same. You can see repeated
Mm.
players like Van Heck,
João Pedro. You
Fernandez
have
is
your,
still inside.
our
Yeah, you
hero
got
João
João
Pedro. Mm.
Pedro, Calvert Lewin. So you can see similar, but one or two differences like having Senesi instead of Hill. Dalo as the goalkeeper. And you see Pascal Gross, then Strike instead of Goodmanson. So they are generally the same, and there's the focus on these very similar players. So these are all very similar templated teams that I think it's going to be very, very common.
Mm. Again with Bruno as the holding, even though he's only
Mm.
playing a single game.
Yeah, I've heard some people want to even captain Bruno, even though it's a double game week, because they
Mm.
believe that sometimes sometimes you get a 17 pointer is better than
Mm.
a 2 pointer times
4.
two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
But
so that
but this is at Chelsea,
yeah, yeah.
I
But
don't
Bruno
know.
is Bruno lah. Even if he have a bad game, he still comes up with an assist.
Of course, he's
Mm.
gunning for just like I think 2 more assists to equalize the record,
Yeah.
3 to break.
Actually, if this is not a double game week where I brought in Casemiro, I mean he's heading the
Yeah,
goals
man.
from
Yeah,
everywhere, man.
man.
I mean, it's
Huh.
gonna be one of my pick for game week 33, 30, 34. Yes, 34. But since
33.
it's double game week, it's not.
Yeah.
So this is the
Oh,
AI
34.
team. This is the AI team for free week 33. I just did this, so you can see something a bit more interesting in this one. You notice that they remove O'Reilly because he has that injury, right? So the AI removed him and replaced him with Guehi, and they put in Fernandez. Bruno is not there, and then they added Enzo in. So there are talks that Enzo will come in as well.
This
Although I'm not sure about that, but he's a double
Put
gamer,
him.
and
Will you
yeah, it
put
remains
him
to be
ahead
seen
of?
whether Brazilian will put him in or not.
Yeah,
was
and
after
whether
that.
you want to put him in ahead of Bruno.
I'm not, but this is the AI.
But this is after the. I'm not so sure. You really got to read the presses and all that because we need to know whether Rosinho has forgiven Enzo or not.
I mean, the
Because
press said yes lah, but whether he
oh,
plays or not, I do not know.
okay, okay,
But what I'm saying is that you can see some similarities lah. Hill,
yep.
Mm,
Scott, Senesi, it's basically very templated.
mm,
Double Bournemouth against Newcastle and Leeds. Double Bournemouth
Mm.
defense.
Those of you who are deciding to wildcard 33 instead, that means you got to think a bit far, and not only 33, right? So this is the AI team that has given you the team for the rest of the season. So you can see Van Dijk is there. All right. Rice, Gabriel, Arsenal players is there. Wilson is there. Kelleher is there, but they're all on the bench. So this is your wildcard team lah. So those of you who are wildcarding in game week 33, don't forget you're not only looking at game week 33, you're also looking ahead for the rest of the season.
mm. Okay.
Okay, for those of you who are still using your chips, this is the highly recommended templated chip user. Okay, they'll say for those of you who still have all your chips. Okay, so if you do not have these chips, that means you just don't use it here, or you can switch around like what PO is doing. Okay, so bench boost 33, free hit 34, wildcard 35, and triple captain 36. If you have them. All right. So why bench boost 33? Because of the sheer number of double game week teams and the higher chance of them being inside your bench lah. Okay. So highest double game week in 33. That's why you bench boost in 33. So if you do not have your bench playing double game week, do you still bench boost? So the whole indication, the whole idea is that your bench boost should get you at least 14, 15 points additional. Then it's worth it. So look at your bench before you decide whether to click onto that chip or not, and see if your bench is able to bring you about that 15 points. Okay, so if it does, then it's worth to click into your bench boost. All right. Your free hit 34 is a very ideal place of playing free hit 34 because there are many teams that are not playing. As for myself, if I don't free hit 34, I will end up with only 6 or 7 players, and I do not have enough transfers to get myself through that game week 34. I was also thinking of free hit 33 instead, but I cannot do that because I need to use that free hit to 34. So 34, there are about 6 teams not playing. So you need to see if you can survive without that free hit. Okay, so if you have the free hit, the best place to use is at free hit 34, unless you have already 5 transfers like PO. Then
No,
if you still, sorry,
I don't have 5 transfers. That's Fonzie.
oh, that's Fonzie. Okay,
Yeah,
then maybe you can take a hit. Maybe,
yeah. I'll probably take a hit.
yeah. Then the next one is wildcard 35. Wildcard 35, if those of you who still have your wildcard, please use it at 35 already. There's only 3 or 4 more games left. So if you have 35, you can use the wildcard to set up for 36. And 36 is where your last small double game week most likely is Crystal Palace and Man City. So those are the teams that is left. So the triple captain for 36 is most likely on a Man City player because they're having double. So if O'Reilly is playing, maybe you do not even want to put it on Haaland. You may put it on O'Reilly. Who knows? Can you imagine if he scores in that week?
I
Nicely
think the
summed up.
other thing is the other thing about the bench boost is that this would work especially if you use the wildcard last week for the
Yes,
other game week to set it up for this
yes,
week so that we can bench
yes.
boot to get all our players providing the points.
Yeah, we have
But
gotten questions like, hey, what if I don't have a free hit now? Or what if I don't have a wild card now? So you adjust accordingly. Lah. So, but this is generally between 33 to 36. This is generally the template use of your chips.
mm, oh, Shirky. Okay.
Yeah,
Other than
that's the
him,
other
the rest
one.
are obvious. Everyone else is quite obvious. Turkey is a kind of a bit of a surprise. Everyone else for the double game week points, Turkey also, but this is provided you want someone like that lah. Most of
Mm.
others would have the combination of Haaland, O'Reilly, and Semenyo. Uh,
Yeah, people have started selling O'Reilly because of
mm,
the injury. So because
mm,
they sold O'Reilly, they brought in Shaki.
yeah,
That is the alternative. They are still keeping Semenyo.
yeah.
So what they are doing is that they're going triple Man City with Haaland, Cherki, and Semenyo instead of
Mm,
O'Reilly because O'Reilly is a doubt. Like for me, I'll still wait for the press conference before I make my move.
mm. But players out again because of not the KTK for because of the Achilles heel, right? The injury. These are all the injuries. You have, but then the others is the players that are not playing. Burmo hasn't really been performing, and Rice is doesn't have a game.
Yeah, Mbemo strangely didn't start right against Leeds.
Yeah,
Yeah, he went
okay.
ahead with Cesco.
Yeah, so I think that's
Okay.
why people
Questioning.
bit of trust and confidence there.
Okay.
And he'll probably score against Chelsea.
Mm. So you dare to put in? So if O'Reilly has any chance of playing, keep him in his team. Single game week players do outscore double game week players, so that's why people
Yeah,
keep the
Bruno.
Brunos. Mm.
Some people are
And
also keeping. Some people are also keeping the striker. That means instead of bringing Calvert Lewin in, they are keeping Thiago. Because
Thiago.
Thiago is facing what's that? Fulham at home. So
Yeah,
again,
quite leaky.
but yeah, and then if Thiago scores 2 goals, he's definitely worth the you know. Because Calvert Lewin, he may score, but if you see his history, is he worth a punt or not? I do not know. But he did play well against Man United. He did play well against Man United, and he did create quite a lot of chances without scoring.
okay, we're back.
I have my
So
I have I have my own thoughts on Calvert Lewin, but
hey, please share. Please share. That's what it's all about. Please share.
I'm afraid I might be biased. It's okay.
But it's
Please
your
carry on.
thoughts.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you want Calvert Lewin in Man United? Is it next season?
No. No. No, thank you. I don't want any man with a man bun.
In place,
He's pulling a
Unless
hair.
Bale,
He's pulling
Bale,
a hair.
Bale,
unless unless it's Zlatan.
Zlatan, exactly.
Nobody
Zlatan,
nobody can pull his man bun.
Hey, please, this is a family friendly channel. Please don't talk about man buns here, okay? Yo, come on.
It's true. It's true.
Ah,
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so that's it from us this week.
right.
All the best for the upcoming game weeks. Please use your chips because you don't want to end up at the end of the season with still your chips unused.
Yes. Speaking from experience.
Yep, lots of experience. Okay. Take care, everybody. Have a good
All right. All
Take
the
day.
best.
care.
Click the like and subscribe. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
See you.